everybody. I am extremely behind on videos. I will explain it probably in a couple of videos why, but the last time I made a video I was talking about how I was about to start a round of Clomid, and I've already taken Clomid and everything. Like I said, I'm really behind on videos, so I thought I would go ahead and share how that round of Clomid went, what my symptoms were, and everything like that. So I have notes, so I literally wrote down everything, just so if anything happened I could tell my doctor, or just for my personal keeping. I wanted to write some notes. But I got a positive ovulation test. I actually bought the really good ones this time. Usually when previously when I tracked my ovulation, I just got the ones that have lines and such, and they're kind of hard to read, so my doctor recommended getting the ones that literally give you a smiley face or not, so it's really accurate. So I got a positive ovulation test on cycle day 12, which was January 15th. I had mild cramps and bloating and such, but the next day I knew that's when I was ovulating. So rewind a little bit. I took Clomid. You take it cycle day 3 through 7. That's how mine was anyway. I know your doctor can recommend you to take it different days of your cycle and such, but I took it cycle day 3 through 7. Taking the medicine didn't really make me sick or anything like that. But when I actually ovulated, wow, that literally was rough. So yeah, like I was saying, I got a positive ovulation test on cycle day 12 and 13th, but I knew I ovulated on the 13th because I remember, well, for one, I got a positive ovulation test, and secondly, we were running some errands that day, and I started feeling just extremely crampy. And I mean, cramps were so intense, and it was on my left side, so I know that's what side I ovulated on and such. But I literally cramped so bad that we had to go home. I couldn't walk. I was literally walking so slow that it took us, I remember we were in Lowe's, and it took me a good 20 minutes just to get out of the store because I was walking so slow because I was in so much pain. It was unreal. That night I called my mom. She had a heating pad, and that was literally the only thing that would comfort me. I was this close to calling the nurse's hotline to make sure it was normal how much pain I was in. I was nauseous. I had, like I said, it was all on my left side. It was my lower back and all around, but it was mainly on my left side. That's how I said, that's how I know I ovulated on my left side or whatever. And TMI, but my breasts and everything were extremely sore as well, so I knew for a fact that I ovulated that day. So the next couple of days, I was still extremely crampy and nauseous, and the biggest thing of all, I was so bloated. Literally could not button my jeans. Yoga pants were my best friend. I was so bloated. I felt like I had gained 50 pounds overnight. I was just extremely bloated. But sorry, I keep looking down. I keep looking at my notes. Like I said, I made notes of literally my whole cycle this month. But cycle day 17, I woke up literally there's no better way to explain it. I woke up feeling like I ran a marathon in my sleep. It was so crazy. My legs and my thighs and stuff were aching so bad. It was unreal. I literally felt like I ran a marathon in my sleep. That's the only way I can describe it. I was in so much pain. My lower back was extremely sore. Getting up, I had to have Chad help me get up when he was home. It was bad. It was extremely pain, and like I said, my breasts were still extremely sore. And that night I really realized how bad of a gag reflex I had, which I've always had a bad gag reflex, but I was brushing my teeth that night, and I barely even stuck the toothbrush in my mouth, and I could have threw up everywhere. It was horrible. So I definitely noticed that. And then the next couple days, it was mainly just, I was still nauseous. I was still crampy. The cramping was easing up a little bit, but my gag reflex was getting worse and everything like that. So cycle day 20, and I started taking pregnancy tests at this point, which I knew it was still too early, but knowing me, I can't wait. So I started taking pregnancy tests, and on cycle day 20, I could have swore I seen a very, very, very faint line on a pregnancy test. I had the first response ones, so I could have swore I seen a positive pregnancy test, but Chad even thought he seen a very, like, it was so faint you literally had to hold it up to a light. But yeah, so I waited a couple days, and like I said, cycle day 23 is when fatigue hit me, and I mean, it hit me strongly, so strongly. I was so tired. I literally, like, I can't sleep at night, and I will usually stay up like all night sometimes because I just can't sleep. I started going to bed early every night. I was falling asleep during the day. I couldn't get myself to get off the couch. I was just so tired, and like I said, I was still nauseous. I was having headaches. My breasts were extremely sore at this point. So yeah, now to share about my doctor's appointments. When I talked to you guys last, I had a doctor's appointment on January 18th to go in for him to do a pelvic exam and check my ovaries and such, and he said that everything felt good, whatever he does, but everything was good. I told him that I ovulated, and he said that that was great, and he wanted me to go get blood work done on cycle day 21, I believe, which was Monday. I know I'm all over the place, sorry for this, but yes, I had to go get my progesterone levels checked, and if I understood correctly, it really, you have to have a certain level of progesterone to ovulate or whatever, or to drop an egg, whatever. He needed to check my progesterone levels. So that was Monday. So yeah, like I said, at that point, I could have swore I started feeling, I kept telling Chad, I have to be pregnant. Like, my breasts were sore, my nipples were sore, I was so nauseous. Something weird that I don't remember happening with Caden was we were watching movies one night, and I got this horrible, like, metallic taste in my mouth, and it literally felt like I was chewing on dimes or quarters or whatever. And I told Chad, I'm like, I don't think that's a pregnancy symptom. So he looked it up on his phone, and he was like, that's like one of the earliest pregnancy symptoms. And I was like, oh my gosh, what if I am pregnant? And yeah, I felt pregnant. Like, there's no better way to explain it. I literally just had it in my mind, there's no way that I can't be, unless this Clomid is still giving me symptoms, but I don't see how it would, because I'm not ovulating or anything like that anymore. But we weren't getting any like super positive pregnancy tests at that point. Like I said, I knew it was still early, but in my mind was, I seen it negative, and I was like, I'm not pregnant. So my emotions were all over the place, but I didn't really think too much into it, because I was like, I'm emotional because I want this so bad, and I feel like it's not happening. So like I said, nauseous, headaches, fatigue, bloating, I had it all. So I know the results now, because like I said, I am way behind on videos. So if you would like to know the results, just take a look at my next video. And like I said, I'm sorry that I was all over the place with these. Sorry, I was looking at my notes again to make sure I shared everything. I literally wrote my notes down quick, because I'm recording on my phone because my camera is broke right now. So all my notes were on my phone, so I wrote them down real quick. So like I said, I'm sorry I was all over the place, but that's pretty much it. Clomid, I will add in. I've heard a lot of things about it. I've heard a lot of people say that it didn't bother them at all, and I've heard a lot of people say that when they did ovulate on Clomid, it was horrible, because to my understanding, it makes you like hyperovulate, like it makes sure you ovulate and everything. So it definitely made me ovulate this month, I know for a fact, but it was just a sense of if it was going to be enough. So like I said, I already know the results and everything, so my next video I will be sharing those results and everything. So thank you guys for watching.